this is the Snap Fastener Toolkit by Threaders, and you can see it comes in a really handy storage system. So I'm going to take the cover off so you can see what's inside, but everything you need is in here. So what you have included are 12mm snap fasteners to go onto all of your projects. You've got the tool to enable you to actually attach them to your project, and you've actually got a screwdriver to change the actual size tool as well, and you've got a hole punch as well and different sizes for you to use, so it's kind of future-proofed. So if I open up the lid, so you can see now all of my little snap fasteners are loose. Yours will all come enclosed very safely in little bags, and they'll go in each compartment. So you can see it comes with a range of colours, 100 pieces all together. Now you'll have lots of white, because I think that's probably going to be the one that you're going to use lots of. So you can see that everything that you need is in there, including of course the handy tool itself, so that you don't need to buy anything else apart from your fabric to make your project with, and finish it off with the gorgeous snap fasteners. So I'm going to show you how to actually work the system. So let's get the tool out. I'll quickly show you on the tool that if you want to change the actual size of the snap fastener itself, the tool that actually crunches them together, you can do that by unscrewing this little screw here, and you've got the spare one in the box, so you can change them as and when you need to. So all you need to do is to be able to grip like that, and you'll be able to, it's a bit squeaky, you'll be able to put your snap fasteners onto any of your projects. Now they're going to be great for all your baby garments, but also it's going to be great for things like backs of cushions. So if I show you the one that I made earlier, so on here, these come with our spare set. We're going to have a spare set as well for you to have a look at too, and some of those are star shaped. So you'll be able to see on here that I've put 3 poppers down the front of my cushion here, or the back of the cushion, and they all just pop together beautifully. I'm going to show you how to do that. So let's choose a colour. Now I was going to put it on my red cushion here, because I made this cushion back here, and it just needs maybe 2 poppers going down the back just to hold it, and I thought you might not see it, so I'll do it on the blue and then I'll go on to the cushion cover so you can see. So we'll do a couple of times so you can see how that works. So I've got a kind of faux backing of a cushion made up here, and I'll show you that in a second. So we just need to choose a colour. So if I go for, oh, I'm sport for choice really. If I go for the sort of pinky colour, so all I'm going to do is take out the pieces that I need. Now I'll just do one to start off with. So let's see, you'll need, I'll get a few pieces out just to make sure I've got enough. Let's pop that just to one side there. So you need 2 of the buttons, so 2 of the little discs there to do front and back, and they go on the outside of your project. That's the nice bit that you're going to see. And then you need a male and a female part. Now I'm just going to try and hold these so you can see just there. So what you're going to get is the male part here and the female part here, so the innie and the outie, and if you get one of each then you can't go far wrong. And then you would need 2 of the button fronts as well, so that is going to give you one complete popper system. Okay, so if we get those out of the way, let's see what we need is the little hole maker, and that comes with the kit, so it's like a bradawl, and you really do need something to protect your surface. So I've got a little mat here that I've used so many times, and it's great, but a nice thick piece of cardboard would do just the job as well. So what we need to do is just mark the middle of our fabric. So if I get a pen in here, and you've got to decide how many poppers that you want on your project. So let's just make a little mark right in the centre. There we go. And then we'll just line it up with, this is going to be like the back of a cushion, let's say. And again, I'm just going to line it up. Now I've just put a little mark on there, just so I know where the hole's going to go. Now you might find that you'll put 1 in the middle and 2 either side. It's entirely up to you, but this could be decorative as well. It doesn't have to be an actual fastener. It could just be the poppers that look decorative on an item too. So if we get all our little bits out the way. So the first thing we need to do is make a hole. Now I would suggest that you actually stabilise the back of your fabric, either fold over a couple of times, and you'll probably have a seam there already to actually work with, something that's going to give you a little bit of support. So the only thing you need to do now is pop a little hole in your project. So there we go, I've got a hole back and front. There we go. I'll just do that with the other piece. So just put your bradawl in there, it's nice and sharp, so that'll easily make a nice hole for you. So the first thing we need to do, this is the front, obviously with your lovely shiny side there, and that goes on the good side of your project, so that's the pretty side that you're going to see. So that pops in there. You just need to make sure your little prong goes all the way through, and sometimes I just ease that down with my bradawl and just push that down, so you can see that's standing proud of your project. So then just decide whether this is the front or the back. So you want to decide which piece you want to put down first. So let's assume this is the back and we're going to put the female part there, and then get your tool. Now the button part that we looked at before just sits nicely in that disc there. So it just sort of nestles. In fact, let me show you how that looks if we were just to put a button on there. So lift that up really proud, so you can see that just fits in a treat, doesn't it? And that's what's going to sit in there when you put your project to it now. So let's pop that one out. So what you want to do is, now you've put all your two pieces together, is just bring it up to your tool and make sure your disc is sitting in that little shape we saw before. And then just bring your pliers down and just push that down. Now you may be one hand is enough, you might find two hands is what you need, but it doesn't take a lot of effort. And what it does is it actually splays out that little spike that's in the middle. It flattens it out, ready to put the next stage on. So now what we want to do is to make sure that the actual button part itself on this part is going to go on the underside. So this time it's going to go on the wrong side, because we want the other part of the popper to fit into the one that we've just put in. So if I just push that down like that and make that little prong stand proud, and put my other part on there, just offer it up. Again, all we're going to do is bring our tool to our project, lift it up, it just slots in into that dish and just pops down, and you can feel that it's in there. In fact, you can swivel it around and it's perfectly fine, and then just give it a nice squeeze. One or two hands is perfectly fine. Now that has flattened the little prong that's inside that piece there, so all we need to do now is bring our pieces together and our popper is now in place. So it's nice and strong, so it's perfect for your baby garments down the size of baby grows and legs, things like that. The backs of cushions, maybe it's a decorative part to put on your bag as well. So think of all the projects that you'll be able to create putting one of these gorgeous poppers on to the back of any of your projects. So now you've seen how easy it is to install any of those snap fasteners that you get in the kit. Let me get now to the back of my cushion that I made earlier to put 3 in. So I'll do that straight away. So the first thing we need to do is, I've already popped the holes in there so it saves a bit of time, is to put the button on the front. Always put the buttons on the front because it's nice and neat. Make sure your little spoke is popping through, and then you put all the pieces on. So you want to put female to male, so I'll put that on there, bring my tool in, pop it over the top. Now ideally you're going to do this before you make up the cushion. So let's pop the button in there, just sit in that little dish, make sure it's sat nice and tight, and give a little squeeze, and that's the first popper put on. So let's do the other side. So this time the button goes on the inside of your cushion, and we'll put the male part on there. So again, just open up your tool, pop it in the dish and close. Give it a nice squeeze. So that's the first set. So this is the second set. The little button and the little male part there. Pop that into your tool I'm having more trouble with the fabric. Make sure it's sitting in the little dish. Give it a squeeze. And it isn't a hard squeeze, you'll find it really easy. So in this one, pop the button in the back. Put the popper on. Bring your tool in. Make sure it's sitting in the dish. There we go. And just squeeze. And if you think that you haven't squeezed enough, you can actually go back and do it again and just re-squeeze. You'll have to decide. So just make sure I'm getting the right parts. Bring the tool in. Make sure it's sitting on that dish. Give it a little wriggle and squeeze. And then we're going to do the back. So the button to the inside. Popper on the top. Bring your tool in. Make sure it's sitting in the dish. Give it, like I say, you can give it a wriggle and you'll know it's sitting there. Give it a squeeze and that's done. So all of those poppers now are ready to be put together. Put your cushion in there and you're good to go. So that's all done. How quick was that? And that's 3 all in one go. It looks really nice. And of course you get a range of colours. So let's just quickly go through those again. So you get the tool that fits in your kit. You get the bradawl that allows you to make the holes. You get the screwdriver to allow you to change the size of the snap fastener you want to use. Your kit will come with 12mm and the 2 different sizes that you can change should you wish. Then you're getting black, green, corally colour, whoops, a brown, sit in there, that's it, a browny colour, a purple of course, yellow, pink, blue and lots of white. So I hope you really enjoy this toolkit.